America's cultural history is peppered with the Soapbox Derby, a human-powered race in which children compete against each other driving cars they made at home. But in Marble Falls, a Soapbox Derby, now in its second year, has nothing whatsoever to do with kids. Only on KXAN, our Jim Swift tells us, the event marks a childlike spirit in search of answers to very grown-up problems.
Skateboarding, rollerblading, and skating may be frowned on in downtown Marble Falls, but recreational wheeling of another sort is perfectly within the law. At least it will be this weekend.
The history started down here one day before '07 when we had the flood, and I showed up on my bicycle and thought, I wonder how far I could roll down this hill and how far I could go on the other side. And I mentioned that to somebody, and they said, well, that might be fun, but it'd be more fun to have a race. And so that's sort of where the discussion started.
Businesses here on Commerce Street didn't stand a chance against the onslaught of water.
But shortly after Russell Buster started talking up the idea of a downhill race in Marble Falls, Mother Nature came up with an idea of her own. And the locals here turned their attention to another kind of race, one against their own town's destruction.
When the flood came and when we lost our water system, I mean, it was a big, major disaster here in the town.
Helpless.
You felt helpless.
I mean, you can't do nothing.
The water was just, a straight length from my house.
We had our own little Katrina event.
It detoured traffic for years before they actually got the bridge back.
Yeah.
And I think the 3rd Street Bridge was the last one they put back.
But when the 3rd Street Bridge was finally replaced and things got more or less back to normal, the idea of a race from downtown to the bridge reemerged in the public discourse like a long suppressed burp.
And then, that idea took off over several beers on several days out here on the patio, and everybody's competitive spirit came out, and one thing led to another, and the idea developed.
The recession, of course, only made things worse, but folks here are hoping the uphill climb is behind them now, and that it's all downhill from here.
This is sort of our event to say, 3rd Street's back, and so are we.
In Marble Falls, Jim Swift, KXAN, Austin News.